too, so. You wanna give me another minute or what, this time?
No, just get started. Already 4 minutes to peace. Yes.
Alright, good evening everyone, we're about to get started in about approximately 1 minute here. Has everybody had his chance to sign in the back of the tape, back of the room? There's a couple of clipboards back there. Basically, if you're gonna be addressing the board, so please make sure you have 3 minutes to address the board, and you reach towards the end of the meeting, okay? So, with that said, we do have a quorum, so we're gonna get started here. 7:35, 34. All right, everybody rise, please, for the national. I pray to begin. To the flag of the United States of
We have carry out, so it's easy. Okay, proceed.
All right, folks, we're gonna get started here. We'll start with the roll call.
Arias. Arias.
Right, Tony Rivera,
And Victoria.
Rob Curry.
Randy Bailey.
Roy Priscilla, and Dennis. All right. Cardona will not be in attendance. I guess he's traveling to North Carolina again. And Lee's about to be here. I'm sure one of them. But we get started. And we're missing.
That's it.
That's it. We got okay.
You have 7 presidents.
Now let's put it, it's good. Everybody have a chance to address it first. If everybody had a chance, Randy send out the minutes out. We should go, make sure that everybody, review the minutes. If there's any, typo or anything that's out of the ordinary, make sure that you guys go ahead and, make the correction right now. So we're gonna make that correction now. So there.
Mr. Rivera, could you speak up a little? It's
Okay.
hard.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay, okay, I'll do that, thank you, I'll do it. Right now, we're reviewing the minutes right now, so make sure we make all the corrections to the minutes before they'll be approved, okay? April 16, 2025, anybody have, any suggestions or any input for the minutes?
Under new business, the contract that we did is branch managers, not functions.
Who's that?
On new business, under the new business,
Second page.
second page. The approval of the $8,400 contract with branch masters is supposed to be branch managers, tree service.
And I'll make that change in minutes.
Everybody made that correction on your minutes too? On your,
I'll make a motion on April 16th, minutes.
No second?
second, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries. All right, item number 4 of the agenda on the report for the county roads. I am very happy to say to all the residents of Plantation, I'm pretty sure you guys basically seen all the work that's being done on the roads finally. What you guys think about the road now?
Awesome.
Much needed, wasn't it? It took almost 38 years for somebody, take note, this administration basically pushed very hard, starting in September. Back in 2019, Mr. Trowbridge basically started with a work study. And just recently, September of this year, we myself with another resident, we were able to address the county and the needs of our roads. And that visit, I don't know what we said and why we did it, but we ended up getting $2.3 million later. After 38 years of your hard-earned money, your tax money, pretty much your money was pretty much allocated in other areas. And I'm not sure if you guys understand how the budget basically works with the state. The money basically is being allocated, and then the state basically sends out the money basically for whatever the needs are throughout the counties, and therefore, and this time, because we spoke loud this time around, we finally, our voice was basically heard, and our money was finally put back into that community. With that said, roads, sidewalks, ADA, roads are basically getting done, lines, everything's getting done. Because this administration went up to bat for you guys, for our neighborhoods. And that says a lot about this administration. I thank Mr. Trowbridge that took basically the initiative also to start that process. And like I said, this administration basically kept the push, and we finally got it done. Not to mention also, folks, I'm not sure if anybody lives in Shotberry here and Mill Pond. Okay, those roads are also got done already too, completely done, for an ADA and sidewalks. It says a lot, folks.
It looks great.
It looks great, and we are getting so much compliment from the people right now too, saying thank you. We finally, this administration worked hard for you guys. Okay? Thank you. Now, with that said, we got a couple of more weeks left. The county is really pushing hard. They're working at night also. They're basically taking lines out. They're doing whatever it takes to make sure the process gets done sooner than later. Typically, this is going to take about from 14 to 21 days. And then from there, all the process will be taking place. The inside villages, that's still going, planning still. Okay? So be patient. Okay? You're seeing the progress, guys. So now, just be patient, because your road also in the villages will also be getting done also throughout. Okay? It's not gonna happen overnight. That is a lot of work. Okay? This is the rainy season also. They want to try to get as much as they can now, because the rainy season starts now. So you might start seeing this project probably sometime in August, but I will know more in depth when we sit down with the county once again, because I'm pretty much, guys, I'm going to the meetings, I'm sitting down with them, I'm going to everything with these people, and they pretty much keep it up to par. Okay? Also, the office are also been sending out notice to the people that we have the listing also, to let people know, make them aware of what's happening with the roads, that type of deal. So pretty much people are pretty much aware of what's going on with the roads. So with that said, folks, hey, finally, it got done. In our parties to say, guys, we have worked very hard. Okay? That was one of my missions, folks. When I got on this board, listen, we're gonna get this road done. We're gonna get it done. And that, guys, I fulfill that with this administration's help. Okay? So thank you for that, guys. Enjoy the roads. Hey, because that value, the thing about that, guys, that's gonna give you guys a major increase on your home values also. When people come in here and they see that showcase, this beautiful road, that's about deal, it says a lot about the community. And then Mr. Trump is pushing with the ACC, making sure everybody's fixing out their houses, that type of deal. It's gonna definitely make this place a major showcase so people be interested in buying again here, okay? So with that said, guys, we're doing an outstanding job. So board, give yourself a hand for board for your standing. Okay? Thank you so much for that. And
Homeowners, keep paying your taxes.
yes, and keep paying taxes. All right, on the events, we're gonna go at, with this trunk or tree and, not trunk or tree, egg hunt. How to go, get a report on that, and then Priscilla.
The Easter egg hunt went amazing. So many people came out.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I said the Easter egg hunt went amazing. So many kids and families came out to participate in the festivities. the bunny rabbit came out, as always. It was a really, really fun time. Kids had a good time, got plenty of candy, chased after the eggs. It was a really, really big success.
Thank you, Brandy. And, Priscilla, I think you want to add, Priscilla?
Yeah, I don't know if they can hear me or not. But what I wanna talk about really quickly is, the scheduled events for this year. We had to cancel the April, May, and June events, because our MC is still recovering. But he's doing really well and he's on the mend. So we soon will be, issuing out the schedule of events for the rest of the year. One of the things I wanna mention is, I'm going to be posting a notice, July 1st, I believe it is, where, I'm going to be asking the residents to donate to our back to school event that we're planning on putting together and having in August. And we'll be giving away raffle tickets to people that donate to the event, to the back to school supplies. A list will go out in July and a notice will go out in July about that. And I've got some really nice raffle gifts I'm going to be raffling off for people that donate supplies to the back to school event. And that's all I have right now, but in July, there'll be a lot more to come with what's going on for the rest of the year.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you for that.
And then October, of course, we have the trunk or treat, which is the Saturday.
It's on a Friday this year, so what, the Saturday before?
Yeah, it's on a Friday, so,
So October 25th.
Yes.
yes, so for October 25th would be
Okay.
the trunk or
The
treat.
trunk or treat on the calendar, okay, make sure we note that in the calendar for this fiscal year. Okay. Thank you, ladies, for that, the information, so moving along.
We do have a jazzercise
Yeah, go ahead, mention that up.
this Friday. It's for
Tomorrow?
seniors. Many of us wouldn't qualify for that, so we're young, but, from 12 PM to 1 PM, here in the clubhouse. It's an jazzercise exercise thing. This is done by the senior center, and, it was originally to be a senior dance, but they decided we needed more exercise, so now it's an exercise. So this is their first event. Their next thing that they have planned is the bingo, which
Bingo.
is something the board has
Yes.
got with them, so once a month bingo will be coming soon.
So what day and time is this?
It's this Friday,
Tomorrow.
12 to 1.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, wow.
Yeah, so loosen, limber up. Now, the one thing that I'll mention to you, we thought when they first asked it was gonna be an evening.
Mm-hmm.
So my staff will be at lunch between 12 and 1, not exercising, but getting away from the music. It's not the best time of day, a business day. But
Yeah.
that was the first time, we didn't wanna
Yeah.
shut them down or anything, let them have it, it's only an hour. and,
That's good.
Anyway, it looks exciting, it's been successful thus far.
Thank you. Alright, everybody's invited tomorrow, 12 o'clock tomorrow, 12 to 1 o'clock, please, okay? Alright, the agricultural stand here, Danny and Corey. You guys go ahead and address this and put this to a vote, based on the information?
Yes, so we've been working on a draft, as requested by the manager. This topic was brought up by one of the homeowners regarding the artificial turf. So the guidance, as you can see on your desk, if you can go over those. I did an extensive research, we contact companies, we went over the guidelines on what's required. For example, the application methods, installation standards that we're looking for, the drainage and maintenance of the turf itself, and what is prohibited when making this installation. The goal is to give the homeowners a second choice, if they wanna go regular lawn, or if they wanna do artificial turf, they have that second choice to go by. And we want to include this in our bylaws and also, the ACC forms and guidance. So, take a minute to look over those. It seems to be a need in the community, cause other people are also requiring it. We do
Yes.
have some of them here, so,
Have we seen any yards with artificial?
Yes.
You have?
there's a few houses already with it, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not permitted right now.
Well, I mean, even outside of Plantation.
Oh, outside.
It looks
Yeah.
real, it looks.
And here, while we're doing this, if there are any new homeowners here this evening, first of all, thank you for being here. There is an ACC committee, so if you plan on doing artificial turf, painting, something to your roof, fence, you have to go through that ACC process before doing anything to your home. So even if you're getting pricing, everything like that, you have to go through that process to make sure that it is approved before any work is done. So please, please follow that. I'm Rob, De'Ari, we're both on the ACC committee. So afterwards, if you have any questions, please come up and let us know. Please, please, please.
Yeah, before you make a major investment, we do want you to protect it, however, we also want it to make sure that it goes with the standards. So take your time to provide us the application and the information that we need, so that way it's all in your record as well, so in the future, you won't have any type of issues with the code enforcement.
Because some things have changed. Just because your neighbor has something done to their home doesn't necessarily mean that it has been approved. And so you don't want to fall into that same category as them. But simply come in, go through the process. Antonio is actually here. Absolutely. We'll
They
take you
help.
through
Hello,
it.
everyone, I'm Antonio. I'm the ACC and compliance officer.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, with that said, I think, like, I wanna thank Rob, Antonio, Jerry, and, Ron. They really went up to bat since the last meeting that we had, since the last resident basically addressed this. Like I said, they've been going around, but they actually did a lot of work. They actually went in depth and make sure everything is all up to par type of deal. But with that said, it's like I said, that's something that I think is gonna be beneficial for the association, honestly. It's gonna be, self-efficient also when it comes to the cost also. It's gonna save a lot of money also. So guys, it's a win-win. And like I said, we gotta get back with the trust entry also. So I think, if I don't mind, I'd like to make a motion here. So I'd like to make a motion to adopt this moving forward. So Daddy, would like to make a motion? Anybody a second?
May I interrupt, please?
Go ahead, sir.
Would this be a time to allow any comments from the membership if they have anything to say about it?
About
This was posted on the website, on the bulletin board, so if
Okay,
someone
okay,
might have
then,
something to
anybody
say.
want to address, anybody any concerns about the turf? Please speak up.
Yes, sir?
Section 2, Article 15 prohibits artificial vegetation. If you want to change it, that requires a vote by the membership. It's in the documents. If you don't believe me, look it up.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, I don't know how hard it is to maintain the AstroTurf. I'm just saying maybe years down the road, if we drive by and see that it's coming up, it's approved and that, what happens? Are they gonna get a letter or?
I would
It'll be
imagine,
the
just like
same
our
as a
natural
lawn.
grass,
Same
when
way.
it's
Same way.
overgrown.
Hey, somebody, one of my neighbors asked me, so I'm
It's got
asking.
a 20-year warranty on it, and they'll come out, the
They'll
same
come and
company
fix it.
will come out.
Well, that's perfect.
Oh, wow.
And it's antimicrobial, drainage is great, pet turf, you rinse it off, pick up the poop, and it's good to go. No weeds, no mowing, no pesticides, no, weed killer, none of that.
Excellent.
Go ahead, sir.
I will make a comment, kind of ties off that. The previous owner, when we bought our house, had put AstroTurf to widen the driveway, and they didn't put the weed barrier down. So I ended up having to mow the AstroTurf, this thing started growing through it, and the mower would catch it, it was horrible. I ended up having a forest growing there, cause I couldn't keep up with feeding
Because
the
it wasn't
Well,
done
I think that's
properly.
why she had,
Right,
why
right.
Deary had
I agree.
That's
mentioned
what
the
she mentioned.
installation process
Commenting
needs
on it,
to
if
be,
You have to be
don't do that
installed the right way.
It could be bad.
has to be
Yeah,
installed
I agree.
properly.
Again, through that ACC committee, we will go over that with
Right.
One of,
folks that, yeah.
one of the requirements will be that it needs to be professional install. This cannot be your DIY own
DIY,
project,
yeah.
you want, you know, like, I find this and I will do it, and it has to be done properly due to drainage, because you can affect your neighbor with it. Now, going back to his question, do we need to go into depth into the boating part of it? Do we need to?
I think we need to see if that's even considered vegetation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it.
It says no
vegetation is
artificial
like
vegetation.
Like
That would be
little, like
considered
a potted
vegetation.
plant from
Correct.
Amazon.
Yeah, I
Correct,
think that's
correct.
vegetation.
That's it, that's it. Alright, so the motion is up on the floor, go ahead.
It's a question, or,
One last comment, yes, sir?
Yeah, maybe you should postpone that a little bit, because, I mean, as you guys have seen, I mean, if you don't follow the bylaws, it can be very expensive with association. I think it's probably a good idea to have an attorney's opinion as to whether or not this requires a bylaws amendment. It might be a very good idea, it might be well supported by the community, all kinds of people might vote for it, but if there's a bylaws that right now that says you can't have artificial vegetation, it seems to
It's
me.
not vegetation.
Okay,
You know what?
It's right,
It's artificial
yeah, we
vegetation.
can do it, it's
We can
no
do it. We can
harm
ask.
by
Let's
just double
ask.
checking. There's
Double
no
check,
harm.
that's easy to ask.
Thank you,
Just talking about-
thank you.
Yeah,
There's no harm in double checking, there's a lot of
We
harm.
can
in
verify.
It's very
There's
expensive.
no, yeah, we'll just verify
I
it,
can tell you that.
fine, that's fine.
That's easy to ask to double check.
Yeah,
I think we should do that.
Now, well, yeah, so then we have to wait till another meeting.
Yeah,
and we should be having a new meeting pretty soon, right?
absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
this might need to be tabled for now until we finalize it, right? Okay. What do you think, Tony?
no, like I said, I mean, this is, you guys basically went up to bat, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys did your diligence to make sure everything is corrected. I believe in you guys, we are good on this type of deal, but you guys wanna table it, we'll fulfill that as well, too, if you guys would like to do that too.
We will cover all our bases and then come back to it.
I'm pretty sure you guys did everything you need.
So if you're tabling it, I know you wrote down
Yes.
90 days on my paper
Yeah,
now,
well,
or you
you're
do
fine.
it.
Right,
I will work on that.
Yeah.
yeah. Alright, thank you. Alright, so it will be tabled for the next
Yeah.
consideration after we get more information regarding the recitation. Alright. Okay, next item on the agenda. Go ahead,
Basketball.
Ron.
Yeah, if I can kick in, please, thank you. There were several comments and items of input at the last meeting. I have incorporated those into the sign in the board members have in the stack there, the modified sign. And what was added in there, no backpacks, bags, or containers in the enclosure. Maximum active players, 25 persons. Players only on courts, spectators and subs outside gates, and no pets or animals. This is a change to that sign that's out there now, that will be posted at both gates. The new gates are installed that are lockable. They have 2 sets of locks on them. The association can lock out the top one when it's closed. And if that's ever compromised, we can go back to the chain. But right now we have new gates. We also, in this packet that you have on your desk, I will order a gate closed, use north gate, because we're going to close the one on the south side. And the main entrance and only entrance at this time into the basketball courts will be from the pool side where the picnic tables are. We would anticipate that players and subs would stay around the picnic area and sit on the benches there for playing time. We also have a sign for basketball court hours, which was determined to be by the board from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And that is a separate sign because that might change, and the big sign's expensive, so I didn't want to do that. And then one of my favorites is the sign inside. It says, "You will be kicked out for profanity, bullying, verbal abuse, misbehavior, or misuse of facility." Something inside the enclosure that we can point right at. And I did mention to you, no pets or animals, did I not say that earlier?
Yes.
So those signs are being ordered. I just said the gates are up. With Tony's help, I got another quote for the walls. We talked about walls at Rosemont and the other community. So we're getting bids on that, and we're getting apples to apples and figure out, so I'll present to the board for determination. There are 4 locations we talked about last meeting, 2 major locations, which are primarily off Rosemont and my mind's by
Parkwood, I think it's Park. no,
Rosemont and
no.
Parkwood.
Parkwood, yeah,
Park,
Parkwood.
park.
And, but thank you, Tony, for your help on that. So, given that the signs could be in June, I could present to the board a suggestion to reopen the courts,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps by the next meeting, because we're gonna have to have one soon,
Right.
in the summer, and at that time, y'all can decide to reopen. Again, to repeat, the courtesy patrol was very contributory to these things, as well as those that use the facility, so we had a lot of good input.
With the Trowbridge, I also got 2 visual cameras, I'll send them to you also. So we go ahead and basically review those, it's a wireless, and also with a wireless one too, I'll send them to you, so we get more insight on those cameras.
We're still collecting data on cameras.
Yes.
Excuse me, Ron, and Victoria said something about letting people, how many in the court at one time, are we still doing?
It's on the sign.
for that?
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
sign.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, let me
And so you said?
25, cause there's 2 courts.
Okay, go ahead.
The verbiage is maximum active players, 25 persons. Players only on courts, spectators, subs outside gates. Now, there may be some interpretation, but maximum active players means 25 people playing. So you could have,
And no
you know,
bags, right?
12 and a half against 12 and a half, but that'd be a big game. But
Yes.
anyway,
no
maximum
bags.
is 25.
No bags.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Nope, hold on, I have a question. Alright, go ahead, finish it. You done?
I am finished with that.
Okay, thank you. Alright, guys, we're gonna move on, guys, manager's report, go ahead.
One of the things that,
Ground-
I'm sorry?
Ground,
Go ahead, thank you. Just wanted to report to the board that, you know, where we are with some of the projects that we've done, and to emphasize the fact that this is all done in-house. Obviously, it should be done in-house because we've got the staff, but and I'll point this out as I go through the list, some of these things we could contract out, but we decided to keep them in-house. And we'll do our, you know, our utmost to keep the quality. We do have a couple of members of our grounds team that have electrical experience and things like that, so we're able, if we ever get to a crunch, we will ask the electrician to come and oversee it. Obviously, if we need a permit, the electrician has to get involved with it, but the storm damaged walls in the Belfield area that was behind what we call the dentist office, there were 3 panels blown over in the last hurricane, and rather than go through the expense of rebuilding those walls as we have done in the past, we went ahead and changed the architectural feature of it. We put white vinyl clad fencing, cut the sides, and I think it looks really nice. And we were able to do that at less cost. We did that in-house. This tree stump removal, we have 1 or 2 left over from the hurricane. They're big ones, we'll get to those, and it will be basically done. The one that we're still working on is what we call the dog walk area. That needs to be taken care of. And palm pruning is ongoing. We, instead of going to a contractor, we rented a lift for a month, which is cheaper than a week. So rent it for a month. So we got guys with the proper helmets and proper strapping devices going up and trimming trees, and we do have a couple of guys experienced in that. Tree elevations, that's simply taking the lower branches of the trees up a little bit, not major limbs, because that would be more dangerous for our crew, but we're doing a lot of cleanup there, and that continues. We pretty much got all the ditches dredged. These are the drainage ditches. You'll see where there's been some dirt removed and all of that to allow water to go into the storm drain system and widen some of the ditches as well. So hopefully we'll be ready to go for storm weather. Lakeshore erosion was repaired, and we continue to do that every year anyway. This is where there's been erosion by rainwater or collapse of the shoreline. We did do some work which I had been trying to get the county to do. At 2 locations, there are 2 dam overspills. One is at the entrance to Belfield down there, which the county is responsible for. It's on their property, so I'm working with them to try to get that upgraded, but the one in the worst condition was the one at the line valve under, which is, to me, that's county. The company on the other side had the same problem with the county, and they wanted us to get involved and all of that, but their side's much worse. And so we went ahead in-house and rebuilt the wall, and the screening device, the metal across the top of that was installed by the association in an attempt to keep the grass carp from leaving, which are all gone anyway. And we did fix all that and let the county know, and the county has passed us on that. I did tell the county, however, that I was unhappy with the fact that we had to do that. So I told the county that we did it on their behalf. Tony and I have kind of a special relationship with the county lately, with the roads. We talk nice when we have to, but we get stern when we have. In order to get the lake contractor better access into lakes, especially by the grade school there, we built some soft ramps, which are soil ramps for the little boats to get in, airboats to get in and stuff. So that's been done. We continue to remove vines from the perimeter walls. Those vines have been there for many years. They're starting to deteriorate the walls, so we take those off, let it heal up for a while, do some patching, and then we repaint those. That's done in-house. We were able to do some playground equipment repairs in-house. We've had issues with rusting and water infiltration into the fuel tanks up the shop, so we resolved that. Instead of buying new tanks, we built a top over the tanks. And you know, it's anchored down. It's done very well by our guys. We also have 2 people that are fairly mechanically inclined, so we've always sharpened our own blades and things of that to change our oil, but we're able to do a little bit more, and we've established relationships with Kubota and some other contractors to kind of work on that. Our accounting office has been very good about going online and getting parts from Amazon and things like that. So to keep costs down, we're doing a little mechanical work. We also have someone we're interviewing that also has that skill. But all our guys, no matter what their skills, are still gonna have to cut grass, edge, and trim. The tire changer was repaired, so we're changing tires now in-house. I understand now that new tires, you don't have to balance them. So we're doing it on the trucks and all of that. If it's a big problem, we're gonna take it to we don't wanna make anybody in danger, but our mowers, tires can be changed and all of that in-house. And irrigation repairs, we've done a lot of those in-house. And today we attempted to fight a fire in-house, but we're unsuccessful.
Literally a fire?
Well, somebody threw a cigarette out, we think, and started a fire in the mulch in the main median coming in from Gun Highway. So Melody and Antonio ran out there with a fire extinguisher to try to stop the fire. They were unsuccessful with self-help. And by the grace of God, a fire truck came through the community just driving through. And they flagged them down, and they put out the fire. So thank you, Melody and Antonio, for your. It actually, it was smoldering so long that no matter how hard that Melody and Antonio tried, that the thing was burning underneath.
So I do want to comment regarding this. So great work for the grounds crew. I've seen the changes. A lot of people in the communities are giving a lot of compliments. You know, they're seeing their area being done. They're seeing the roads being done. People are proud to be in this community, and they see that they're paying attention, detail oriented, you know, cutting down, making it nicer for everybody, you know, the palm trees. All the little areas that were not tackled before, they're being looked at today's date. So, and to me, something that's very important, the ditch drainage. We're going into the hurricane season. I think this is a great idea to keep doing it, moving forward all the time, making it clean, keeping it clean, so that way when the time comes, we don't have to be in the weeds, right? And we don't have to be overflowed with water. So, great job. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Thank you to your staff.
Thank you
Yeah.
to the staff.
Yeah. And I like to engage also pretty much like Ron was saying, yes, a lot of work has been done in the last year or so. A lot of work, the timing is there, the guys are working very hard. And not just that, I mean, I like to also recognize also Courtesy Patrol. They're also doing an outstanding job also in the park as well too, controlling pretty much every aspect of the association. It's not easy, but they're doing a great job as well too. And also the office staff also. Everybody's doing an outstanding job, so I'm very happy to say that, hey, we're doing a lot of work in house, and that basically is gonna make it more efficient, basically when it comes to saving more money as well too also, and continue the growth of the association in every way possible. Okay, so thank you, Ron, and your staff, and everybody else involved. Go ahead with G also, the Nixon Pine project, what we looking with that?
Well, I'll segue over that with the Calgary rat issue. Code enforcement went there, I spoke to the code enforcement guy. He found no rats when he was there, he was not allowed to go inside the house, but he did find some debris around the house and wrote the homeowner up for that. I will have the staff, ground staff, check the bait traps that we have, the bait stations, I should say, and see if anybody's eating that stuff.
Is it one house that's pretty?
It's one house that has.
There's one house right now, there.
I mean, code enforcement agreed it was in bad shape, but they can't get inside, they don't see the rats.
Yeah, the guy is not allowed to go inside the property, period, so that's
Is
it.
someone living there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty bad, pretty bad.
Question?
Hold on. Go ahead.
That completes the rat issue.
Okay.
Nixon Road, the second phase of 20 pines, first phase was 21 pines and stump grinding. We just finished this week the stump grinding for the 20 pines that were taken down. So that's completed and cleared, and we'll get that check released to the contractor. And
It's a lot of
Gary,
work.
did you have any comments about the Nixon Road pine?
Yes, so, the Right Side Village is really thankful for, us paying attention to this issue. They do feel that this is going to make a change when it comes to the debris, when it comes to also the drainage issue that we were having. And it's a relief, not all of them are down, but here and there, the water can flow and people can see the difference that, hey, we're working for them. So I do thank you guys for considering it and making it happen. We all work for it, so thank you for the great job. People are happy. If they stop me in the street, they're like, thank you for making this happen, so.
Okay.
And thank you too, Jerry, you really,
After a lot of years, that area was neglected and now we're looking at it, so this is part of our teamwork, right?
Yep, great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron, thank you, Debbie, and the whole staff also.
And the final report was about as I mentioned at the last meeting, I have pulled the files on these ideas for improvement of the community, but, we're just going slowly through them. It all depends on budget, and I don't think we're quite there yet. But in any event, we wanna let the community know that we are continuing to look at what we can do to make the community better. And that concludes my portion.
Thank you. This, new business now. We're gonna go ahead and, Lee, one of our board members, she was our chairperson, and for personal reasons, she ended up basically, stepping down from that position from the nominating committee. So tonight, we're gonna have to probably appoint somebody else tonight, to be our chairperson for the upcoming 2025 nominating committee chairperson. And at this time, I would like to see, right now, I know you cannot be part of that because you're running this year again. Your Priscilla is also running, Cardone is running, so we're gonna need, another person to step in to be the chairperson. Anybody is interested to be the chairperson?
that's all.
You wanna do it? Okay, anybody else? Good? Everybody do that? Alright, so you know the process behind it, get with Mr. Ron and basically people like you what's going on, okay? So at this point, I'd like to make a motion to appoint, Brandy Bailey to be our new nominating committee chairperson for the 2025 nominating committee. Do we have a second on that motion?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Alright, all in favor? Priscilla?
Aye.
Okay. Motion carried, Dennis. is there. Alright. Alright, so motion carried, thank you for that, Brandy, stepping in. Alright, so folks, we have a list here. I would like to call your name, and you guys got 3 minutes to address the board with any of your concerns, so please, I believe it's Ashley.
Yeah, that's me. I'm just here from the continuation of the artificial.
Okay, okay. Alright, well, hopefully we have a good news for you. I know they're doing a great job.
I know, I
You
saw
know,
this and I was like, oh wow, good
They're
work
doing,
since
they're
last
doing,
month.
they're doing it, and
I
pretty
like
much,
the work.
based on what you say, we'll get some answers.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We will just double check, just to make sure we got everything else. It doesn't hurt, you know, it's just a little bit more waiting, but
Okay.
hopefully,
Okay.
we can get
Alex,
this one through.
Aquila,
Aquila.
Aquila,
Yeah. Hi, Tony. A couple meetings ago, I asked you for the number of non-residents
okay?
who play soccer. I was wondering if you have those figures.
Okay, I can address that. I know that the Plantation and the soccer league, 2 separate entities. So I wouldn't want to, and I'm not sure if anybody up here would want to speak on their behalf. So I'm asking you to contact them to get that number from them.
Tony promised it, though.
Tony promised it.
Tony said he'd get those numbers.
Whatever Tony said.
It's on
is
tape,
2
Tony.
separate
I have it
entities.
recorded. You want
So
access to it,
whatever
let me
was
know.
said,
John, please.
whatever was said, Mr. Aquila, yeah, it is 2 separate entities. So I don't wanna speak, and nobody up here should speak on their behalf to give a false number perhaps, and then you have something, well, that's not the number. So get it directly from that person who runs the soccer league.
Is that something I could ask the board to get?
They do
It is
have-
something, yes.
They do have a direct website, right,
They have everything.
for them to be
Yes.
contacted?
Insurance, their own, they are them, their own separate them.
Right, but you're our board.
Yes,
So isn't that a number you should know too?
it is a number.
They're reserving the area.
Yes, but also, to answer your question with a question, that is something you can also research, yes? That
Right.
wouldn't take much time. Yes,
Well,
yes,
yeah,
no?
I thought Tony was getting it.
Okay.
That's
He did
where-
say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, don't get that, Tony, or anybody up here, let the soccer league speak for themselves.
Thank you.
Because that's what I would do, Mr. Cole.
Right, can I ask the board to ask the soccer league for those numbers?
You
Like,
can
isn't
absolutely
that-
ask us to ask them, yes.
I'm not asking.
He can ask us to ask them, and we can ask them.
We're all volunteers here that have to do all this stuff. As a homeowner, you can address it yourself with them.
What's the purpose
Because we're
of,
all,
sorry
we're all
to ask,
volunteers.
And if you may have questions that you're on the phone with that person or email contact with, that instead of going through us, you can ask them directly.
And Mr. Aquila, to your answer, you asked for the adult information, and the man that got the information, if you feel like the information for the soccer league, it's for the soccer for the adults. So the information you're asking for, he has it for you. The adult league.
I didn't
That's
specify
what you asked
adult
for.
or.
That's what you asked for.
I thought it was the adult.
Yep, that was it.
No, it
Thank
was
you.
both.
No, no,
Specify
no, no,
adult or
that's what it
youth.
was.
It
I
was
did
both.
not.
I have it on tape.
Okay.
Have it on
Alright.
tape.
Has it or not?
For the, he's at, there's two different questions.
There's 2 different questions.
Oh.
yeah.
That's why they sit up
There's
there.
2 different questions.
All right. Anything else, sir?
No, nothing else.
Thank you. John Alman, you got the floor.
Okay, once again, I am requesting the resignation of Directors Cardona and Bailey. Article 8, Section 1, subsection D of the governing documents provides that it is the duty of the Board of Directors to declare the office of a member of the Board of Directors to be vacant in the event such member shall be absent from 3 consecutive regular meetings of the Board of Directors. From the Oxford Language Dictionary, duty is defined as 1, a moral or legal obligation, a responsibility, and 2, a task or action that someone is required to perform. Similar words for duty are responsibility, obligation, job, and task. Director Lugo has been absent and not present by phone for the meetings of February 11th, March 11th, April 16th, and now today, which is 4. All of which were included in 2025. As she has been absent from 3 consecutive meetings, I am calling on the Board of Directors to declare the seat currently held by Director Lugo to be vacant as of tonight due to her missing all 3 of the prior meetings held. Article 2, Section 15 states in part that no artificial vegetation shall be permitted on the exterior of any portion of the properties. This is not something that the Board of Directors can vote to waive. Can vote to waive. It must be put forth on the annual ballot to be voted on by the entire membership. Since you have already voted to waive the section of the governing documents, I suggest that you immediately take another vote and reverse that decision before this meeting is adjourned. If this is something that both the manager and the HOA's attorney has approved of you doing, I suggest that you immediately find another manager and another attorney, because if neither of them was aware of this provision, then their licenses are not worth the paper that they are printed on. An artificial turf does not meet the definitions of Florida-friendly landscaping as defined by Florida Statute 373.185, as that will take the remainder of my 3 minutes. In the last meeting, there was a heated discussion between Director Rivera and Mrs. Hebert regarding what Mr. Rivera had said at the meeting on March 11, 2025 to another member. I went back and reviewed the recording of that meeting and found that the director had indeed told the homeowner that he would give the member information that was requested regarding the soccer league. I sent an email to Mr. Trowbridge advising of such and allowing Mr. Rivera an opportunity to review the video. As of right now, I have not heard a reply from Mr. Rivera requesting access to that video. Either Mr. Trowbridge is not forwarding the information to Mr. Rivera, or Mr. Rivera does not seem to care about his own spoken words. I'm going to let each of the board members decide that for themselves. I have copies of that email with me if any of the directors would like to apply. I am reminding all directors that you must vote your conscience. Don't just vote because one person says that you must or should, or that it is easier to vote with the way that one person wants you to vote. You were voted in because the majority of the members taught or hoped that you would look out for them.
Thank you, sir. Hey, Cronin, you got the floor.
Yeah, I just want to say first, thank you to Priscilla and Ron for these community events. This Back to School is a wonderful example of the relationship between the association and charity. It's a one-time thing. It's a great opportunity for people to give to a charity. It is not a charity that expects anything in return. It expects to overrun our streets, use our parks for free, and get involved in our elections. That's a wonderful example. I would sincerely hope, Tony, you take some notes from Priscilla, because what you're doing can jeopardize not only the legal agreement between us that you signed, but also jeopardize the financial wherewithal of that soccer league. It's one thing for you all to sit up here and again approve things that cost the association $500,000 in court fees. Think what that would do to the soccer league if you keep doing what you're doing. You have to honor your words. You have to honor the agreements that you signed. Spending more money on walls and gates, you know what's going to happen with that? A soccer player's going to come and open those gates, and again, there'll be no enforcement. You'll just spend $50,000 on improvements that mean absolutely nothing, because nobody enforces anything to do with the soccer league, and you guys know that. Doesn't matter what Tony says, doesn't matter what he writes, it is not enforced and it won't be enforced. This is going to be another expensive use of our money. You guys have already gone over budget over and over and over again. You've drained our reserves. You're jeopardizing the financial viability of this association, and you're jeopardizing the soccer league with what you're doing with them too. Using them to harvest proxies. A nonprofit charity organization uses our facilities for free to influence our elections. Tell me that that is fully legal and you are comfortable with the soccer league and association taking that legal risk. Yeah, I wouldn't agree to it either. You guys cannot just take money from people's pockets.
Your time is up, sir.
Spend it because you're
Time
ignoring
is
the
up.
law.
Your time is up.
You'll still
Thank
never get
you.
voted on the board.
I'm not asking them to get voted on the board.
You'll never
Thank you.
get
All
voted
right,
on.
Carolyn
You're
Jacob.
absolutely right, because they control the elections.
Carolyn
They spend
Jacob.
$500,000 of our money.
All right, we got Carolyn Jacob on the floor.
I got it.
Read the facts, read the law, Gil. Might be good.
I'm questioning the Calgary Circle rat problem. It's not just one house. It's
Thank you.
multiple.
Thank you for bringing that up.
It's
Thank you.
multiple houses, and
Yes.
we have another problem.
What you got?
We now have a snake who is on Calgary Circle, and it is probably about 3 inches in diameter, because we've measured the tracks on the hoods of our cars where he's been on and in our cars.
Yes.
We have kids on Calgary Circle. It looks that we have a picture of the head of it coming out of the grill of a car. It looks like a boa constrictor. we have kids. If that snake gets out and hurts one of those kids, we're gonna be in trouble. So I think we need to look a little harder at this.
Ms. Calvin, I appreciate you coming in for that.
I sent a picture to the Homeowners Association
Okay.
today of the track on the front of my car. We will send pictures of the snake coming out of the front of the car to the Homeowners Association. But we need to do something. Obviously, the snake likes the rats. We don't know if somebody let a snake loose or if he got loose and nobody said anything about it. But we don't like him on Calgary Circle.
We gotta go anyway. Okay.
So I'd like to ask that y'all do something.
Let me ask you a question, Carolyn. You have any problem with your vehicles also by eating the cables in your car? Anybody complain? But we have some people already that complain that some of the vehicles got damaged because of the rats also.
Yes, I know lots of people who had damage from rats. I also had rats in my internal air conditioner, filter.
Okay,
When I took it to have it changed and they pulled it out, a rat jumped out,
okay.
scared them to death.
Would it be okay, can I take your number down? Because
Yes.
I'm gonna be working, because I am working also with the county code also, enforcement also. The property that there's actually in question right now.
Yes,
He refused for us to go inside, so we're gonna have to find another way. We actually, in fact, we went over there and cleaned up the house for the person also, because he's an elderly guy also.
what
But,
house was it?
what's the address there? Oh my God, what's the other property? 33,
It's got a couple of ones, there's 3 in it.
It'd be 113 something.
Yeah.
it used to have the red Mustang in front of the house. We were able to get that Mustang out of there, but that car was infected with rats inside. So the car has not been there since, but the problem is inside the property.
I know the one house pulled down, when they sold it, the new owner pulled down the screen room in the back.
Okay.
And there were rats everywhere. They had to tent the house
Okay.
for the rats.
I'm gonna take your information, and I'm gonna get the court informant to come out, and then, and please, work with us to help you out.
Another way in.
I will give
Huh?
it to
Yeah,
you
it could
at
be
the end of
another
the
way
meeting.
in.
Right,
I'll give it to you at the end of the meeting.
okay, thank you. All right, folks, with that said, that pretty much concludes everybody that has wanted to address the board. Pretty much that's it. If you're not in the list, I can let you guys talk right now. Any, comments between the board before everybody accuse everybody? Everybody good?
I do.
Go ahead.
I just wanna make sure that we're clear. So far, we haven't made a decision on the artificial turf that's pending right now. So, just
Yes.
letting you
It's
guys
still
know.
illegal.
He's table.
Yeah, it's
He's
being
tabled.
tabled for, and that's all I got.
We got one more or something.
Well, yeah. Now, before we go, young lady, go ahead. Go ahead, mama, next time, you gotta make sure,
Sorry.
please.
Yep, so I didn't hear, and sorry for my lateness, but I didn't hear what, I know like the pavement stuff is like 2 years and all that, for the streets and all. But
Yeah.
are they also gonna do the sidewalks, like the trail?
They do, not a trail.
Not a trail.
Yes, sidewalks only.
Sidewalks.
Only sidewalks.
Okay.
Inside the village, there's sidewalks.
Something
Anything.
to put up in the air and maybe think about in the future. Well, we have lovely residents and unlovely residents and neighbors that are friendly and people that are maybe not from our culture or don't walk on the right side of the road and all. But going around Plantation, even in the park or on the trail, I wonder if there's some kind of way, and I noticed, I'm pretty sure it's the association, by the Barsh Animal Clinic, there's tape on there for white paint.
Yes,
Because the sidewalks on level.
yeah, that's county.
That's
County's on,
gonna-
the
oh,
county,
county did that? So that's gonna be.
the county basically, they make,
Sidewalks are county.
They
Right,
will mark
okay.
what they're gonna do.
they
So-
mark them now to let them know what the areas are, marking them, and then for them to basically
That particular
schedule.
mark was their old
Yeah.
response to a
Correct.
limited
For-
site.
The trees, the roots.
Correct.
Right.
Roots
But
and
I was just
everything.
wondering, like, I see too many times, I go on the trail a lot, there could be accidents on the trail.
Yeah, yeah.
Because people won't be courteous to someone else, or they take up the whole trail. I was wondering if ever there can be like a line put in the middle, like you walk on this side, I walk on this side, because
That's
They'll
gonna be
leave it
hard
on
to
the
do.
road.
they don't, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
They
They don't even do it on the road.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the city will
but
do.
there's been some
Yeah.
opportunities for accidents because
Yeah.
people are not courteous or
I know
conscious
people,
of what's
they're
going
not-
on.
I agree.
On their phones, they have the headphones on, they don't,
It's tough,
yeah,
it's a tough thing to do.
so
Okay.
that can be thought about, why
You
not?
can look into it and see, but I'll tell you right now, the path is that big also, it
Well,
might be a
some of them
problem.
are very wide.
Yeah, some of them are, average.
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's in the park is not gonna be done either, that's Plantation property, right?
No, that's Plantation.
Some
Okay?
of those are dangerous.
All right, thank you. All right, folks, go ahead, Dennis.
I just want, you know, I've gone through the plantation, and I've lived here more than most. And I've heard comments that, why wasn't this done 35 years ago, whatever? Instead of saying, hey, I see the people are finally out here getting the roads taken care of. You know, but I think the biggest thing, even aside from all of that, is take a second, slow your damn car down, and tell the guys that are out there in this heat, hey, thanks a lot for what you're doing.
Thank you.
That's all I say.
Thank you.
Whenever I come out of the Hollywood.
Thank you.
When I'm going out somewhere, I always stop and just say, hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you,
You know, you're
thank
doing
you,
a good
Dennis.
job.
Thank you.
Even if you're not doing a really good job, stop and go,
We don't wanna be out there.
All right, folks, with that said, 8:29, the meeting has
That's a
been adjourned.
record.
Everybody go home safe.
This is a record meeting.
And enjoy.